Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 7 of The Sandman. The last 2 episodes have been amazing. Amazing. Completely different, but amazing. The storytelling that we're getting, I think, is because a lot of people are used to like amazing visuals and a lot of action and fighting. And like the story is like the crown jewel of this show. I absolutely like loved the whole Hob Gadlin storyline, and at the very end, them actually being considered friends to each other. I mean, Hob already thought that, and of course, Dream was like offended, like I don't need a friend, until he realizes that like Hobbs wasn't a very good friend. He was like that loyal friend, like that person that like he could depend on that would always be there to meet him at that spot. And I love that Hobbs like wasn't upset with him. He just was like, better late than never. I dig that friendship, and I thought that was such a beautiful story, which I didn't think it was going to start out that way. I definitely thought with death being at the beginning, even though it was very beautiful the way that they played everything out, and it made it feel comfortable and loving, and the embrace of death was something that like would be comforting to you if it was your last moments, if that's what you're seeing and that's your experience. Then I'm not saying it'd be easy. It's still incredibly sad, but it does make it a little bit easier. But I will say with John's story, adversely, wow, was that fucked up in the diner. But I don't know if we're done with John. I know that Dream puts him into a sleep. I don't know if it's an eternal sleep, if it's a forever sleep, or if it's just like a timeout. But at the end of both of those episodes, we saw Desire, and they are something. Definitely looking forward to seeing more of them. Definitely that's a beautiful person right there. But the name Desire, and the fact that Desire knew what was going on with Dream and was probably responsible for some of it, most of it, maybe all of it. That's upsetting. But I can only imagine Desire desires things, power, people. I don't know what a god desires other than more power. So that's the only thing I could think of is Desire wants Dream's power. Now we know because of the ruby being broken that it was kind of like Dream unleashed, right? Like instead of destroying his power, it destroyed kind of the vessel that was holding in all of his power. And I thought he was being sucked into the ruby, and I was like, well, wouldn't that just make him stronger? And it might have in that moment. So when the ruby was destroyed, Dream became something greater. Now, I hope that he uses that to rebuild his realm. Definitely that has fallen under disrepair. I need to see a gargoyle. I really, we need to check in on the gargoyle. It doesn't seem like a lot of these episodes are a continuation of another story. There's bits and pieces that are involved in it. Like, I definitely thought at the end of episode 5, because you just see the pants and the white coat, that Desire was actually Joanna. And I was like, oh no, it's somebody else. And then, John was in a couple episodes, but now it feels like there's a big finality to his story. And I know that he is a different character later on. So I don't think entirely, but maybe this season we're done with John. Which means that like the rest of this is all going to be building on something new, probably Desire. And I'm interested in them a lot. Very much so. I don't know if we see Lucifer. I don't think you get an actress like Gwendolyn Christie and only use her once. I feel like she's a multi-episode person. I feel like Hobbs Gadlin. I feel like that story I don't feel like he is going to be involved in anything further. And if he is, it's like future stories or like maybe his own comic book. But I didn't feel like that was like something that they would continue on with. Now I feel like we're going to see Death again. I feel like Death, Desire, all of them, that they're going to, I don't know, have a meeting of the D's. It's a horrible joke, but I had to make it. Pretty sure everyone that watches the show probably had made that joke at some point. But like I need more D. Now I think I'm just getting a little punch drunk, a little slap happy here. Okay, I'm going to launch into this next episode. I have no idea what it's going to even be about, considering there's no more John, there's no more Ethel. Maybe we check in with Corinthian. We haven't seen anything from Lucian in a while. How's Matthew? I mean, there's some people that we need to check in with a little bit. I don't know if we need to check in with Corinthian, but I'm sure Corinthian and Desire are working together. If not, damn, Dream's got a lot of enemies. But this one's called The Doll's House, and I don't know what that means, and I don't like dolls. See my Annabelle reaction. I hate dolls. Hate them. Hate. Okay, let's get into it. Music's interesting. Is that always the music? Rose Walker. Is that? He literally has a book of dreams that people had. That's amazing.
Your dad and I were talking, and we think maybe it's better if Rose and I get settled first. I'm gonna go talk to him. Rose, he's not in a listening mood. He's just doing this.
AKA, he's abusive.
I love you, Jetty.
Take me with you.
Aww. Why does this show break my heart?
Rose!
It's
Rose!
It's so beautiful.
Oh.
Will you talk to me, Queen of Despair?
Real news.
She looks like despair.
It's time that he learned that dreams are merely echoes of desire and despair.
It's not wrong.
Didn't last time, all the time before that.
Nada was a mistake.
Nada,
Robert Burgess was
oh.
a diversion.
He's responsible for both of them?
There's a dream vortex. The first for a long time. It is a woman.
Okay, it's a dream vortex. Oh God.
I'll have to wait.
Who is she? The woman who will be Dream's undoing.
Yeah, who is she?
Her name is Rose.
Rose.
Rose Walker.
Of course it is.
It's at least 7 years old, but you can see his face really clearly in it. Can I send it to you?
So she hasn't seen her brother? Oh, she's been searching for her brother this whole time.
You don't still think about Hector every second of every day, do you?
That's a yes.
Because as my husband and your mom would tell us, life is too short not to enjoy business class.
Word. Cheers.
Have you heard about the Vortex? Everyone's talking about it.
Everyone? Who's everyone, exactly?
Well,
Now, I'll need a complete list of all entities residing here.
Look at the little guy. I love Goldie.
One new addition, a baby gargoyle called Goldie.
so does Lord Morpheus know about the...
Vortex?
I can assure you, Lord Morpheus has better things to do than listen to foolish rumors.
Tell him. Oh, I think he needs to know.
Doing whatever she has to do to keep from thinking about the fact that she's all alone now.
She's not, though.
No, I know, and friends are great, but
Does she know this guy?
it wasn't gravity keeping you on the ground all this time. It was knowing you were someone's daughter, or sister,
Ouch.
or wife,
Ouch.
in my case.
I'm sorry.
That cut a little deep.
I'm on a plane to London, talking to my dead husband.
Mom? Mom?
Oh, that's devastating. She felt incredibly comfortable talking to him, so I was like, well, does she know him? He seems like a stranger on a plane. God.
I have completed the census you requested,
Whoa.
Lord Morpheus.
Good.
He rebuilt that? That looked beautiful.
I'm afraid there is yet more news. Gossip,
Vortex.
really, but
Vortex.
Go on.
Yes, go on.
there are rumors of a vortex.
The rumors are quite true.
He knew.
There is a vortex, a true amulet.
Do you know what an amulet is?
Or what?
An amulet?
It's
Yeah, I don't know what
kind
an
of
amulet
ring,
is.
I believe. Old word. Where did such a young girl run across such an old word?
I'm not that young. I'm actually 21. No one ever believes me. And they always
Same.
ask to see my ID. It's annoying.
What's annoying is when they stop asking. Trust me.
I still love that people think I'm way younger than I am. My mother said that I would definitely love that when I got older. It's very true.
Thank you.
I thought we were at Robert Burgess's house. I guess I was wrong.
My name is Unity Kincaid.
I like that name.
It looks brand new.
It might as well be. I didn't get a chance to play with it.
Why not?
Yeah.
That's why you're here, actually. The doctors tell me that on that night I fell ill with something called encephalitis lethargica.
Rise and shine, Dormouse.
I fell asleep
Oh, yeah.
and I didn't wake up
I was wondering what happened to these people.
until 8 months ago.
8 months
In my
ago.
dream, I had the most glorious life. And I met a man with golden eyes, and we had a baby. But it wasn't until I woke up that I found out that none of it was real,
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
except for the baby. I had a baby girl, and that she grew up to have a daughter of her own, called Miranda. Miranda Walker. Your mother. I'm your great-grandmother, Rose. And I'm sorry to have brought you here under false pretenses, but I thought that if it were explained to you first, you might not have come.
Hug her. Hug her. Yeah. Oh, Lita needs like a reunion of her own. What a crazy story.
Who's the one person we'd all pay to see?
The Corinthian.
Yeah.
I reach out every year. No response.
How old do you think he is?
The Corinthian.
No. The waiter.
Why?
16, 17. Too old for you.
He looks younger.
What the fuck am I watching right now?
His work is exquisite.
Wait, there's different
This was
Corinthian?
last week in DC.
I don't know what's going on.
What do you think he does with the eyes?
He's a collector, same as us.
Oh, who are these people? So confused.
If we want to get his attention, we have to think like him.
Crazy? Steal eyes?
Are you suggesting we...
Copycat the Corinthian?
Please
Might be fun.
don't.
We do
No.
not plagiarize one another's work. We have a code.
We
Really?
also have over 100 serial killers coming to this thing.
Collectors, please.
Wait, what? They're having a meeting of the serial killers? But like a play? Is this what I'm catching?
Restroom?
This show. This is not the same. Okay, this isn't the same diner. I thought it was totally the same diner. The bathroom is in the other direction.
May I help you?
No!
You're not Rose Walker.
Damn it.
No, I'm Carl.
Carl.
You're welcome to wait.
Yeah, the sexual tension just with the door opening. It was there.
If someone was out there taking credit for my work, I'd find them, and I'd make sure they never did it again.
Which means he'd
That's
kill
another
you.
good reason not to do it.
Absolutely.
We are sending a message to the Corinthian. And the waiter isn't coming back.
What'd you do, girl? Blech. Old.
Rosebud. Rose Walker.
The maiden, the mother, the crone. Who are they?
Come in, my butterfly. You are at a crossroads, Rose
Oh.
Walker. Beware dreams and houses.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Ask the wrong question. Had you asked
No.
the right one, we could have warned you. And about Morpheus.
Whoa.
What are you doing in here?
I
We're called to the closet.
think I'm really jet lagged.
I like Rose. I don't want anything to happen to Rose.
Lyda and her husband basically adopted me.
We felt like Rose adopted us.
Which makes you and your husband my family too. Should I send him a plane ticket so he can join us?
Hector passed away about a year ago.
Yeah.
It was an accident.
Maybe that's what life is, just a series of interruptions.
And reconnections.
Yeah.
What if I employ you?
To do what?
To locate my great-grandson. Look, I'll pay for everything. Travel, expenses.
She's rich. She can afford it.
My parents gave me this a long time ago.
Amulet.
It's yours now. It's a gold amulet. What's wrong?
I had a dream in the car, about an amulet.
Well then, may all our dreams come true.
This show.
This is the best house sitting gig I've ever had.
Good for you, buddy. But he's gonna take your eyes.
You a big reader?
I prefer people.
Uh-huh.
Good news for people.
Oh, is it?
You never told me about the job.
Was that what's her face from the diner?
Start something new that's just ours.
Don't hurt him.
Should ask Rose to call me.
I'm glad Carl made it out alive so far. God, I'm worried.
There is a brother, Jed Walker, and someone else.
Is it true?
The fuck?
I'm not here to talk construction. I'm here to talk about the Vortex.
Mark Hamill.
Merv, it's me.
Merv.
You've been here for 5 minutes. Do you even know what to watch for?
No.
Tell him.
Any unusual behavior.
Said the pumpkin
Thanks.
to the talking bird. Can you be a little more specific?
Look for any signs of shock or trauma.
Anything that could trigger
Oh,
her
boy.
into killing us all.
She doesn't seem like a killer.
You see anything, you tell Lucien before you tell the boss.
Mervyn?
Whoa. Mutiny. Treason. I don't like it. Oh, well, I like how he does that. That seemed really easy. It's a lot of poop.
Oh, you must be Lyda. I'm Hal Carter.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Who's Hal?
We met on the phone when I made the reservation.
I may have told Rose my life.
His hair
story.
is
I
interesting.
definitely told Hal mine.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Ken.
I'm Barbie.
It's terrible.
We know.
Yeah.
And good luck today with the foster lady.
Thank you.
Whoa, they know everything.
We were sorry to hear about your mother's death.
Oh my god.
Oh, and your husband's.
Oh my god.
Zelda would like to know if you've invited Gilbert.
Yes, I slipped a note under his door.
Who's Gilbert?
And who's Gilbert?
Gilbert lives
Fair.
in the attic room. We don't see much of him. He just sits up there and reads.
What a collection of oddballs. I love it.
We're just one big, odd, happy family.
Odd indeed.
If I tell you where your brother is, then what?
I get in touch.
And what do you do when he says, I don't want to live with these people, I want to live with you? Are you prepared to raise a 12-year-old boy by yourself at your age?
That's a good point. But knowing he has family would help.
Jed's fosters were friends of your dad's. And now they're getting $800 a month, so Jed's doing just fine.
That doesn't mean that she wants to see him any less.
I was very proud of her.
Well,
She did a good
you can
job.
tell us all about it over drinks.
We're taking you out.
Who are these people and why?
Hal's already there.
I love Hal.
I had a dream.
I bet you did, sweetheart.
They think that we're through.
But baby,
I love it. Ah, I love it.
Honey, everything's coming out roses. Play the decks, play the tracks.
He is so fabulous.
Hello? Hello? Are you there?
Is your friend not there? I'll be your friend.
Oh, no. Matthew, peck their eyes out.
And that ring on your finger, too.
Gentlemen!
No.
Seems to me that this young lady is desirous of retaining her jewelry.
Thank you, but that won't be necessary, sir.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Rose. You are a superhero.
Sorry, that was really dumb of me.
Nonsense.
No.
It was,
No, it was.
Nope.
It was. But thank you. I think I just need to get home.
well, may I accompany you? The name's Gilbert.
Gilbert!
You aren't by any chance the new downstairs front lodger?
The very same. Rose Walker.
Gilbert!
Jed Walker is missing.
Well, Rose can't find him.
Where is he?
I can't find him either.
Yeah.
What?
It's because he's missing.
No, not just from the waking world. He's missing from the dreaming.
I figured
That's
if one
not good.
copycat crime doesn't get the Corinthians' attention, two will.
Y'all need to stop.
Three.
Oh, God.
You both said this was a terrible idea.
In the absence of a better one.
Y'all are gonna die.
And they're really hard to get out without popping them.
The trick is to use
Huh.
your thumbs.
Oh my. Yeah.
Get them all, Corinthian. Why am I on his side? That's weird.
Tell me why I shouldn't kill you.
Yeah. Kill him anyway.
Since you are the current Corinthian, you might deliver the keynote speech.
The current Corinthian.
Yeah, explain
You
that.
don't look 130 years old to me.
Thank you. In that case, I wonder if I might bring a guest.
A fellow collector?
Oh, somebody who can take our shared dreams to a whole new level.
Rose.
What is the name of the guest?
Don't say Rose Walker.
Sobriquet.
Don't say
Oh,
Rose
yeah,
Walker.
well, where I come from, they call her the Vortex.
Damn it. Ah. You make me nervous, Rose. You make me nervous. You're such a good kid. I don't know how you run with Corinthians gang, but I'm nervous.
Jed Walker is still in the realm of the living, but I cannot find him.
No.
Is he not dreaming?
Nor I, my lord. The last nightmare Jed Walker had before he disappeared was of gold.
You think she severed him from the dreaming?
Excuse me. I'm Rose Walker. What do you know about my brother, Jed?
Good for you, Rose.
Help me, please!
What is the Galt? I don't know if I want to know.
Uncle Barnaby said he's gonna lock me in the cellar. I swear he hates me.
Who's Uncle Barnaby?
Where would we go?
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
We have to go now.
Oh no. Oh no.
The hell is going on out here? Jed's coming home with me.
Why are people like this? Get in her car. Go. Oh. I mean, I realize this is probably a nightmare.
You can ride in the back.
The trunk.
Barnaby, no.
You want to get in there with him? Then don't tell me no.
What's wrong with this person? I didn't realize it was probably a nightmare, but still. That's it! Oh, this show, this show, like, hooks you. It hooks you. Then it doesn't finish. I'm very upset. I couldn't be more irritated about the way that ended, because it was like, I'm engaged. I'm like, yes. Tell me more about Jed. Where is he? What's the Galt? How is Rose with Dream right now? Is the Vortex really a bad thing? Because Dream doesn't seem to be worried about it, but like Corinthian thinks that like she is the key to the Dream's undoing. Like people are taking other people's eyes to get Corinthian's attention. Corinthian's hooking up with a really hot dude. Good for them both. I'm glad he didn't do anything to Carl. Lita's story, heartbreaking, talking to her husband across the plane aisle. Whew. Whew. Very irritated. Very irritated. The fact that we got Desire and Dread, disappointment. Damn it, who is that? The rosé is going to my brain. Despair. Whatever. It's one and the same. The fact that they were kind of having a little get together and that they're twins, and Despair definitely is the embodiment of despair. She looks like she lives in a state of despair. And it's funny because Death has found a way of finding beauty and happiness in what she does, that you think Despair would also do the same thing, which I don't know how you find the beauty in despair, is the fact that like maybe despair is hitting rock bottom and somebody can always climb up, so you give them their opportunity for a fresh restart. I don't know. That's the way I would try to find a positive spin on being despair. But Desire, they are fabulous. And it seems like there have been multiple attempts at getting Dream, and they think that he is cocky, that he's better than all of them. I don't think Dream actually thinks about anybody but himself. And he's not trying to one-up anyone else, which I think that they are far too concerned about other people. Concern yourself with what you got going on, okay? Especially Desire, because, you know, he seems like he's a very jealous... They seem like they are a very jealous person. But fabulous. There's so much fabulousness in this episode. Like Hal doing his drag queen routine and his song. He was beautiful. He was fabulous. The guests in the house, Ken and Barbie. Yeah, I mean, I like that they called out how ridiculous that was. And how ridiculous they are. The sisters, let me find their names. Chantal and Zelda, which we don't know if they're actually sisters. They strike me as sisters. They strike me as twin sisters. But if they're not, whatever, it doesn't even matter. Wednesday Addams, Morticia Addams vibes. Weird, quirky. The entire house. The guy living in the attic. Like, just... what a bunch of weirdos, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love when people are unique individuals. I absolutely adore that. Would I be comfortable in that house? I don't know. Now, at the beginning, when, you know, Jed and Rose are being torn apart between their parents, I kind of don't understand why Jed has to stay with his father and why Rose also can't stay with Jed. Like, that they can't stay together. I don't really understand that. I'm not a child of divorce. I don't know how any of that works. I have dated people who have been through divorce that have had to share custody, and it always seems very murky and messy and something you don't really want to touch. So I am not knowledgeable in any of that. But the fact that she hasn't seen her brother in such a long time, and he's been missing from the dreaming as well. He hasn't been dreaming since Galt, and I don't know who Galt is. Apparently, Galt is a nightmare that is untrustworthy because she's kind of a shape shifter. Unclear. I don't know what that means. Like, in a dream, is she a shapeshifter? Or is she a shapeshifter like Corinthian walking around in the real world? She can assume different identities. I don't know if she can leave the dreaming or leave the dream world, if she can be with mortals, TBD. Like, Corinthian... he's got a vibe, man. I hate that he has this suaveness. He is very charming, debonair. He can get it on all levels. It doesn't matter. Man, woman, they, them, whomever. I'd fall for it too. I really thought I really thought Carl was a goner. I was really scared for Carl. I'm glad Carl is okay for now. Again, I don't know if Corinthian's coming back. I don't know if Corinthian maybe didn't see him as worthy as taking his visions, his sight. I still don't quite know what Corinthian does when he takes the eyes. But the fact that there is a trifecta of people that are having a meeting of serial killers and they want the guest of honor to be Corinthian. Like, is it a play? Are they putting on a performance? Like, I don't know. That's like inviting Jeffrey Dahmer, who I know is like big now because of Netflix. But like I grew up like hearing about Jeffrey Dahmer and just being like terrified, and like eating people was a weird thing. It's still a weird thing. And the fact that like they've somehow made Jeffrey Dahmer sexy is just gross to me. Yuck. 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 But like this meeting of the collectors. Collectors of what? Eyes, tongue, bone, panties? What else do serial killers collect? Skin? Oh, it puts the lotion on the skin. Anyway, the rosé is going to my brain. All I know is that's not going to be great. The fact that Corinthian showed up, though, that there was a copycat killer that was repeating the same thing as him. But also, I don't know if that's in a mortal newspaper, like the Corinthian Strikes Again. Like, do us mortals know who the Corinthian is? We're also introduced to Merv, and I don't know if we get more of Merv. I do definitely know that that's the voice that Mark Hamill provided. It's very obvious when there's a Mark Hamill voice. But I don't like or hate Merv. He is just a character. A Pumpkinhead character is very 80s, isn't it? I love it. I don't know how prominent he is in the Sandman comics, but welcome. Welcome, Mark Hamill. Now, the fact that Unity's story was brought back, and I remember thinking from that first episode, what happens to those people that have been put into that sleep? And she'd only been awake for 8 months. So, like, essentially when Dream was free, she woke up. God, that's a long time. I mean, it's over 100 years. She was asleep for 100 years. Where was she that they were like, yeah, let's keep her alive? It's unbelievable. And then for her to have like a whole life in her mind, in her dreams, and then to wake up and to find that none of it is real. None of it's there. None of it's true. None of it's real. Now, I forget what they're called, but the 3 women, the little triad of women, the witches 3, not Hocus Pocus witches, but witches nonetheless, that they kind of have a little talk with Rose. And I feel like Rose is a really good person. So I don't think that she's necessarily something that Dream needs to fear, but I think he could influence maybe a little bit, and that they could work together to find Jed. And I think finding Jed is the key to not having her turn into a vortex and destroy the dreaming. Because she will no longer have to dream about Jed. She will have him back. Where he is, probably insane because he hasn't had any dreams. Now, Lucian mentions that 3 of the major arcana are missing, which is Gold, Corinthian, but then Fiddler's Green. And I don't know what that means. Dream actually seemed really surprised that it seems like a place, that it was missing, because it said he's like always like really like reliable. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I imagine that's coming back in the next episode, hopefully. Hopefully I don't have to wait too long for that. Well, we got to see Goldie! Come on, who doesn't love something cute? And Goldie is adorable. Adorable. So happy that we got him back. Even if it was for a little slight moment, but like just to see him still as a baby. Adorable. So between Ken, Barbie, Gilbert, Hal, Chantel, and Vivian, I don't know if that's right. I feel like there's a good group of people, quirky, but a good group of people around Rose, including Lita. Which I'm hoping we get a little bit more from Lita, because her seeing her dead husband in her dreams, I don't know what happened to him. I mean, I know obviously they said something about somebody not stopping at a red light, and that's horrible, but I feel like that there's unfinished business there. Maybe she still needs to say a thing or two. And actually, I was just thinking, this is the first episode that Matthew was involved that I didn't think of Patton Oswalt. I'm pretty happy about that. He's become Matthew to me. I dig Matthew. I dig him. Now I'm curious about these people that want Corinthian to like be their guest of honor, and where that's gonna go, and what's gonna happen now that Rose is in the dreaming with Dream. This show, like, I don't know where it's going, and I love that. Because like I said, the storytelling's amazing. The storytelling in this is absolutely amazing. The fact that we got Unity back and that her story was brought back kind of full circle, that we now have this vortex that's happening and it's Rose, but Rose seems like a good person. Corinthian is after her, and it doesn't seem like he could corrupt her unless he somehow tries to tell her that he can find Jed. I think that might be like that would be Rose's undoing, unfortunately. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Yikes. Well, okay, guys. The full-length reaction will be available on my Patreon. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below if I missed anything, or if there is something I need to know. I don't think anything ever ruins any of the future episodes, because they're mostly self-contained comics, or something that was one comic and another comic that was combined. I don't know if necessarily it would ruin where anything's going, but don't do that. But, you know, just if there was something that I missed, because there was stuff that I think I assumed that, like, we were at Roger Burgess's house. Robert Burgess? Shit, I don't know. That we were at Burgess's house. That was not his house. That was somebody else's house. I thought we were at the same diner. Not the same diner. So I'm trying to connect things that I don't think are really connected, but if there was something that I missed, please let me know. I would deeply appreciate it. Other than that, see you next episode. See ya.